Hello my lovelies, Sophia here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome my lovelies. Please feel free to explore the channel, the different videos I've got, the playlists I've got with different channeled messages in and pick a card readings, and also a playlist on how to get somebody back into your life. Also, I do lives, so please check out the channel. In the description box below every video is a list of services that I provide that I can help you with. Readings, the different readings I do, the coaching I do, the mentoring I do. Okay, so there's everything that you need to know is in the description box below. I've really enjoyed doing all the messages for those clients who have got either a pet who's passed into spirit reading or a loved one in spirit reading. They have been amazing lately, and I'm glad that they brought you comfort. So for this message that we're going to get through today, I had no intention on doing these people. I, again, like with the George Michael one, there saw an advert for a documentary called Paula that is coming out on Monday, I believe, in the UK. I thought nothing of it, and again was prompted by spirit to do the message. So they want me to actually look at Paula Yates's energy, also her daughter Peaches, who is with her in spirit, and also Michael Hutchence. I'm not sure, sorry. Again, I've not looked into these people. I never do. I'm not interested in what anybody else has posted on YouTube about it. This is my alleged opinion, and it is for entertainment purposes only. So as it's for entertainment purposes only, just like the documentary that's coming out on TV, let's see what we get through, my lovelies. So before I start the reading, just for those of you who are new here, I speed up the shuffling because I'm a methodical shuffler. Okay, so let's see what we get. Also, I channel spirit and I hear them in a bit like coming through on a spirit box. It's either one word or two or three. And also I use the cards as pictures. Okay, the cards are for pictures to clarify what they're saying and bringing through, the energy they're bringing through. So I'm going to bring through Paula first. So Paula, what message do you have for us, please? Okay, she wants me to bring these first. So the first thing she's saying here, and even this man on the picture resembles Michael, okay. She's saying that she misses her family. She still looks over the children, watches over her family that's still here. But also she is clarifying that she is with Michael. I mean, look, he even looks similar to Michael there. So she's in spirit with Michael and with Peaches here. Also, she's saying that the decision, it was a wrong decision I took. And at the time when she first transitioned, she was, what have I done? Because of how her children were left feeling. She was there looking over them, and the decision I made, I was just in a fog at the time in my own mind here. Okay, let's bring in some of these. Oh no, another three of these. Okay. Oh, what was that one that flew out? Yeah, I just wanted to hide away from the world. Things that were being revealed at the time was very emotional and painful for me. And she wanted to sort of protect the family. But things that were being said, I cannot personally remember what was being said at the time, so I can't comment on that. But things that were being said, yeah, and the family, and it was making her feel ill and not right, and that led also to the misjudgment, she's saying, of what happened in, you know, to cause my passing. So yeah, because of the sort of way she was, because she was in the public eye, she's saying, because I was in the public eye, how she felt, high honor, how she felt about how some people were seeing her like this idol, and how others were not seeing her and were dishonoring her. It was all too much, she's saying. It all became too much for me in my mind, and was taking a toll on me physically and mentally. Okay. And it was starting to affect her about what people were thinking about her. And we've got message. So the new, okay, so she's saying things that were being written about me, things that were being said about me. And I don't know if she's also referring, I don't know whether she left a note or not here. I don't know if she did. I don't think it was intentional, her passing. Was your passing intentional? I feel from what she said here, it wasn't. It was a wrong decision. Okay, we do have a yes at the bottom. And the lies there. Okay, so perhaps she had been thinking thoughts along the lines of taking things, but just clarify if it was intentional at the time. Definitely had been thinking about it. And again, sort of feeling torn between, will I be happier and at peace on the other side, or will things get better here? Because of Michael as well. So very much caught in this, yeah, her head was all over the place. Her head was all over the place. And she never got over losing Michael. And it's like she could hear him in her head sort of calling her in the times that she was low. God, it's just taken my breath away. I can hardly breathe here. Okay, carry on. Yeah, she loved him, and she couldn't stop thinking. Her mind was just going round all the time. What do I do? She just felt so torn, so torn. You know, wanting to be at peace with him, and yet needing to be here for her children, but also just being torn. Yeah, needing to see that balance here. Yeah, again, sort of him with the long hair here as well, you know, the depicting him. She was just, yeah, the indecision and taking action. So I feel even if the actual event at the time of her passing that day was not intentional, she definitely was very torn throughout with what was going on, how she was being portrayed, things that were being said, what she was going through mentally and emotionally, that thoughts had been crossing her mind whether to remain here or to go, to be with him or to be here for her children. yeah, broken heart. She was heartbroken, and she thought that the daughter spirit would lead back to the daughter romance with him. And she just felt so knotted up, tied up. She didn't know what to do. Okay. Bring in some more of these. Father. Okay, she's saying father of my children, but Michael was father of, is it Tiger Lily? They had a child together. So she wanted to be with him, but also needed to be with sort of her children as well. You know, the impact it would have on Bob as well. Union, again, she just, union and home and peace, okay, and torn between the two. Okay, so she was, part of her was heartbroken still. She wanted to be at peace back with Michael, who she is with. I'm not saying they spend all their time together, but they are with each other. She got that peace there, but also the impact of what have I actually done so soon? Because, okay, she's saying, I knew that I would be with Michael when I naturally passed over, if she hadn't of had this incident. So being torn, so she's saying, once I had transitioned, yes, I was in union with him, but I also realised the impact it had on my home life. Okay, she just wanted that peace. Although she is in peace, she wanted that peace in her mind, and that's why she just felt so torn. Do I stay? Do I go? What do I do here? Okay, anything else, Paula, before I move on? Now, you've got the documentary. Oh, you're drawing me to these. Okay, let's just bring back one of these in. A time to release negativity. It was a time to release those negative thoughts that she was having. Yeah, her emotions were running high. Her emotions were running high, and everything, the energy was gaining momentum. It was gaining in her head, that energy of her thoughts, just everything going round and round and round. So, okay. So, Paula, sorry, we have your documentary coming out here on Monday in the UK. Do you have anything that you want to say about that? Okay, she's thinking here about what's been said, the script of it, the way it was written and put together. She's okay with it. She's just saying she feels it is, she thinks it's done quite well. She is just laughing about it. And we got the sun, so she's happy enough about it, she's saying. Now that's quite different to George Michael's reading, isn't it, where with the documentary coming out. Let's just have one more on that, about the documentary. Yeah, again, it's just showing her character, how she used to enjoy the parties, the concerts, excuse me, the life, okay, in the earlier days, and the love, it shows the love. I don't know what's going to be in it, but yeah, she's saying, yeah, she's happy with it. She's happy with it. Okay, any other message for us, Paula, before I move on to Peaches? Any other thing that you want to say to us? again, being a mother, she is with Peaches, but also she does still very much watch over her other children. She finds it a struggle sometimes, you know, to be, when they're struggling in their lives. Two things she's saying: when they're struggling in their lives, I can't physically hug them, but I'm there with them, guiding them, helping them. But also she knows that the struggles that they've been through. But she's happy, again, she's happy with how they've turned out, she's saying, how they have progressed in their lives, what they've learnt from this, and again, she is very much around them. I don't know if one of the children is a mother. She's drawing me to, I think Peaches had children. I cannot be 100% sure. I can't remember. It's not something I've looked back into. And they both passed away, you know, I think Paula was 2000 and Peaches probably about 2014, 15, 13. They always say you're a year out if you guess something. But proud of the children, and if her other child has got children, mother and children, and the devastation that it's caused as well there. But she loves them all very much, you know, that she loves the family left behind very much, she's saying. She's watching over them a bit like this, you know, she's watching down on those she loves, she's saying. Okay. Let's look now at Peaches. Peaches, my lovely. Let's look at your energy here. Okay, straight away she's bringing in her partner. Can't remember if she was married at the time, but she's bringing in her partner and saying how she knows, oh my God, you know, she knows how devastating it was. I just felt that my head was spinning, and I tried to be strong. I tried to be strong and have the confidence to carry on. There were days where I would want, you know, need to go out, but just couldn't face going out. My head was all over the place. Again, she tried to, I don't know if she got help or was seeing somebody to help her, but she was trying to overcome the thoughts that she was having, trying to be strong to conquer those thoughts for the sake of her family. Yeah, trying to get balanced there. Okay, so she was trying to sort things out, but you know, her mind was just kept going round and round. Good days, bad days, but then it became more bad days than good days, she's saying. Yeah, this might be because she did go and see somebody or talk to a close friend. She's talking to somebody here about it, to try and be secure in the family, you know, to be there for the children and the family. But she just, again, a bit like a mum, wanted to leave. Some days leaving would be better, yeah, with the then again, swords of thoughts, mental energy, so sort of pinning her down, let down, disappointed, and the devil card here. So her thoughts were pinning her down, getting the better of her, and then this card, you know, being pinned down with the swords here. Her thoughts were pinning her down, her negativity got the better of her. But again, she's saying that she is okay where she is and feeling, you know, she's more balanced here. But again, she's watching over her family and that are still here. Okay, anything else from you before we move on? A journey, yeah, it's been a journey for my family and a journey for me transitioning as well. But she is okay because she's with her mum. Yeah, again, that strength. I try to be strong. I try to have the strength. And again, this sort of looking out, you know, what if there's something on the other side that is more peaceful, you know, missing my mum as well. She's saying wanting at times to talk to my mum, but my mum wasn't there. And again, that walking away. And that sort of angel card there. And favourable because of the attachment she had and how she was viewing things as negative rather than positive. So very much like her mum, caught up in that mental frame of mind. Her thoughts getting the better of her, but a different energy in that with Paula, she had the parental responsibilities, but the heartbroken side. So very torn on that, plus what was going on with the, you know, how people viewed her and things that were being said about her at the time. But with Peaches, it's that the thoughts. She tried to talk about it. She tried to get help, I feel. But the attachment to the negative was too much. Yeah, changes. Things would have had to have changed big time. The judging and the yeah, the changes, you know, things would have had to have changed drastically. And perhaps she's saying, she's saying she would have been judged for making those changes and what was expected of her. Yeah, again, being in that sort of mental prison here. Imprisonment. Not jail, but in order to change my life from those negative thoughts I was having, how I was spiraling would have been too much for me. I tried to be strong. I tried to do it. I talked to people, whether professionals or friends, or family as well, but feeling judged of what was expected. In order to change, I would have felt judged of what I was expected, and that sort of mental thing there as well. But again, she's with her mum here and is saying about her partner, you know, sort of sorry here. But she is again around him, and if she did have children, she's watching down. Yeah, again in that prison, mental prison. Okay, one final one. Mother, yes. Okay, being a mother of her children. She's saying she was a mother. Again, I can't look it up. But she's with her mother. She's with her mother. I was going through the same emotions sort of in that mental prison like my mum, like my mother. Okay, thank you, my lovely. Let's just bring in 3 of these, she's saying, okay. Here again, she watches over her sisters and she knows that they miss her. But she is at peace. She's saying now she's at peace. I don't know if one of them is expecting again, or one of them is going to have a child, another child, or a child. But any social events, any big social events they have, Paula and Peaches are there with them. Okay, let's move on to, oh no, you want one of these as well. Okay. Yeah, it was too much. The pressures on my thoughts, putting pressure on me, was too much. Okay. Yeah, she had a lot of emotional choices, you know, do I do this, do I do that, and the past with her mum, and it was taking its toll work wise. Okay, so even that card there looks a bit like her there as well, but you know, she still watches over her partner, or I don't know if she had a son and he's older now, I don't know. Okay, she's not bringing it through clear enough, and I don't want to speculate. Michael, let's bring in Michael now. Here he is. Look at him. Okay, a couple of things he's bringing through here. Okay, he again is saying that he is with Paula here. It was an emotional time. He knows that she went through a lot as well, he's saying. But they are together, he's saying, which is what Paula said anyway. But also with this, he's given me that sexual energy. Okay, and he's sort of saying, you know, how it turned out, and wasn't he found in a hotel or something with having done some sex act or something. Can you bring me in anything else about that? Let's bring in one of these. Don't want to be too graphic here. Courthouse, so it could be that judged, okay, being judged for what happened. The papers, bringing me the papers. But okay, he's saying here how I was as like seen when I was number one. Okay, you know, when he was successful at the height of his career, he was then having sort of bad health and despair, no hiring. So I don't know whether, not hiring, so I don't know whether because of work as well, things going wrong, you know, work-wise, he was so on top of the world, but then being recognised and everything, but then not being so recognised, not hiring. Felt the big labels, he's saying, the big record companies, what was going on in the music industry at that time, and him personally, was taking a toll on his body as well, he's saying. Okay. Here. Yeah, some hostilities around him. And even this person looks like him as well. You know, he loved music. He was passionate, a very passionate man. He was passionate about the music, but something wasn't right with it, he's saying. Excuse me. Okay. The past. I keep coughing, so I don't know if there was something around his throat or couldn't breathe. Again, I can't remember. I was, you know, younger at the time, so I don't remember the case. I've not looked it up because I wasn't expecting to do this video, to be honest. Again, sorry. The past and the social life he had, the social status he had in the past, you know, was just not there anymore. It wasn't how it was. It wasn't how it was. Yeah, being having to turn his back on it because people were turning his back on him, okay, and that security that he felt just wasn't there anymore. Yeah, where he was on top of the world, feeling on top of the world, but then not, you know, the stress coming in as well. Okay, anything else? Again, that's sort of the community, again, like this one, you know, the parties, the status, the life he had just was not there. It was, you know, going, and he missed that as well. You know, what I remember from his, you know, videos, he was very, the way he moved, the way he was, again, sort of saying, you know, I was worshipped, if you like, you know, I felt on top of the world here, people looking at me and everything, and yeah, sort of with Paula as well, even again looks similar when she was younger, with Paula, you know, thinks the world of his fans here, is looking down and sending love here. Okay, anything else? This is sort of that he didn't, I was asking about his daughter. Was she called Tiger Lily or Tiger Hermione Lily or Lily Hermione or something? Again, sorry if I'm getting absolutely obliterating that, but not leaving her money. I don't know if there was something with money there. I didn't follow their story personally, so I don't really know, but not having money, leaving her out in the cold. Yeah, the legal thing. So I don't know whether she got anything from his inheritance or whether he had nothing. Seems like he had nothing to give her. But it's like begging. The children are begging here. You know, so wanting something, but there was nothing. It's making me curious now. I'm going to have to go and read up about it when I finished. What's that one? Yeah. Again, that bound up, tied up. And then the crossing over. Okay. Because of what he was going through, the miserable, or the, you know, things not going right anymore, and being anxious because of the music side of things, the social thing as well, but also how things ended. Was I was asking, was your passing intentional, and he said no. Okay, so I don't feel it. Yeah, no to death. Okay, I was foolish. I was just being foolish. I was foolish. It was something that went too far. Okay, he's saying there. Okay, I think we get the picture on all fronts. I never like to sort of go into it much because I don't, I mean, you know, probe them for questions, because I don't look them up. I mean, I haven't apart from that advert that I saw on the telly advertising that there's going to be a documentary about Paula, I haven't looked into anything, heard anything or obviously I hear his music on In Excess music on the radio, not that often actually, and also Paula will pop up in when it's things related back to the 80s, when she was at the height of her career, because the 80s were my era as well, when I was a teenager and left school in the 80s, and my teenage years as well, later teenage years. So the 80s very close to my heart here, and of course she was on the telly a lot. But since Peaches passing, I haven't really heard. I saw Bob was on an interview something the other day. He's coming back with a record or something, but apart from that, they're not really in my life impacting. I don't see much about them here, but it gives us an insight as to the turmoil Paula was in, the turmoil that Peaches was in, and sort of what Michael was going through as well, all leading up to their passings here and since. So I hope that it's been interesting, again, for entertainment purposes only. I've enjoyed it, actually. We all have our own opinions, our own thoughts on it, but I'll leave it with you. Love and light.